Welcome to Storytimer at Large, Melissa D. Hinke. On Thursday, November 20th, 1975, she went to the Lawson Milk Company for milk. Melissa Hinke was only 8 years old. She had taken 2 Pepsi bottles with her to turn in for the deposit. She planned to buy a little candy with the deposit bottle refund money. Melissa lived at 2245 West 67th Street in Cleveland, Ohio. She was born on the 7th of January in 1967. Her route to the store was only 3 blocks, uh, and it was a place she had been many times with her sister and her mother. She wasn't at all worried about walking down there really quickly and getting milk and turning in those deposit bottles. Searches were launched immediately. People in the neighborhood were questioned and tips were coming in, but the wait was, of course, agonizing for her mother and sister. 2 days later, 3 teen boys were deer hunting and found Melissa's body 60 feet off a trail at Rocky River Reservation. That's a large park that's part of the Cleveland Metro Park system. It's a few miles west of where Melissa was taken. Technically, it's in the city of Cleveland, but it's such a big park area that I don't know if they allowed hunting in there, but you definitely would have been able to find deer. Just about any city and town in Indiana, deer will wander into town. And they're definitely going to be at a big park, that big, a big wooded place. There at Rocky River Reservation, Melissa had been raped, strangled, and stabbed multiple times. A piece of fabric was still tightly wrapped around her neck. Who could have done this? Eugene William Gall Jr. was still incarcerated in 1975. He went to jail in 1970 for a series of rapes, assaults, and armed robbery. Despite his criminal history there, he was paroled in 1977. But Melissa Hinke's murder happened in 1975, and so Gall is still in jail then. So Eugene William Gall Jr. Can't have murdered Melissa D. Hinke. Larry Ralston was free in 1975. He would be arrested on November 15, 1977, after fleeing from Cincinnati, Ohio, to a Chicago suburb. Investigators had closed in on him after a years-long spree of rapes and murders. But Ralston was not involved in this murder. Ralston tended to murder women that he became acquainted with at parties, women and teen girls. And all of his known crimes are in the Cincinnati area. So it doesn't seem like this could be him. And as we said, we do know that Ralston was not involved in this murder. Investigators would find that a man named John A. Johnson kidnapped, raped, and murdered Melissa Hinke after a tip came in from a sharp-eyed citizen. A shopkeeper, Charles Bozak, saw a man trying to lure a girl into his car on November 20th, 1975. The girl seemed afraid and hesitant to talk to the man in the car. Bozak approached, and the man sped away. But Charles Bozak was able to get the license plate number and the make and model of the car. He reported this tip to the police. The car belonged to John A. Johnson. A search would turn up his blood-stained underwear in a garbage can. His blood type was A. The blood on his underwear was type O. Melissa D. Hinke was type O. John A. Johnson was arrested the next day on Friday, November 21st, 1976, even before Melissa's body had been found. The tip about him trying to lure a child into his car so near Melissa's home was incredibly compelling. In addition to the blood-stained underwear, police found images of children being sexually abused. John A. Johnson was tried and found guilty and sentenced to death. At his sentencing, he told his sobbing wife that he would be out in 1 to 3 years. Luckily, he was wrong. He appealed his conviction and lost. He attempted to get paroled but was unsuccessful. Even as recently as 2014, his appeals have not been successful. Ironically, his brother, Ronnie Charles Johnson, was already in jail for murdering a woman, Juanita Metz, during a break-in and robbery. Ronnie Charles Johnson was 20 when he was sentenced to life in prison. I wonder if they were ever incarcerated at the same facility at any time. It's a strange upbringing, strange family there. Melissa Hinke was only 8 years old. She deserved a peaceful and happy childhood and a long life. What might Melissa have grown up to be? We'll never know. Her life was stolen from her, and her contributions to the world were stolen from all of us. Rest in peace, Melissa Desiree Hinke.